event of the evening. It's the 200-lap late model sportsman event here at the Fall 300 at the Concord Motor Speedway. There you see the number 2 machine. That will be driven by Robert Powell. And Willie, you've got to say this is a star-studded lineup. Why don't you tell us about these drivers?
Woody, this is absolutely the best lineup that this track's had. Henry's told me that. I mean, I know from the last 2 years out here when we've had some outstanding shows. Since I've been here, this is it, and I'm going to start down the list. Leading this thing off, number 4, the Metrolina Expo entry, that's Tim Gordon, Concord driver, the pole winner. Tim qualified last night at 15.905, 95.05 at miles an hour. That's his first pole position. It's a good run for Tim Gordon. Second position on the front row, Kannapolis driver, 2-time track champion now, one of 4 track champions here from regional tracks night. Freddie Query from Kannapolis, North Carolina. Freddie Query last won a Big Ten race in October of 1988. I know he wants to get this one. Second row, bouncing back after the last Big Ten when another driver totaled his car trying to qualify and do a good deed for him. 81, Brian Mackey from Heath Springs, South Carolina. Good to see Brian back out here. Outside of Brian, with the Winston Cup ride, going to drive for Neil Bonnet next year on a limited basis. 2-time winner out here this year, number 15, Jeff Purvis from Clarksville, Tennessee. Row 3. Woody, I was walking down pit row yesterday, and I'm telling you, the drivers were looking at that number 62 car and going, oh my God, what's he doing here? You talk about respect. A verifiable short track legend, number 62, Butch Miller.
Butch Miller, many of our fans may know, has been a regular on the Winston Cup circuit this year.
Outside of him, local favorite in a mid-state machine entry, runs strong, running hard from week to week out here, number 52, Doug Jackson. Going to row 4, inside row. First time here this year, dirt track driver primarily from Raleigh, first year on asphalt. Run the wheels off of it out here last night, won a heat race, 01 entry from Randy Renfro.
And that, I understand, Willie, is not his car. Whose is it? Tell us.
Anyway, the Jack Pennington prepared his group, Hawley Construction Company, sponsored from Rockingham. That's a car Jack Pennington has been driving out here, but as y'all know, if you went over to Charlotte today, Jack had a little something else to do too, so we got Randy Renfro out here, and he hadn't done too bad either. Outside of him, number 51, Eddie Goodson, strong driver from South Carolina. Going into row 5, a young, upcoming driver people are going to hear a lot of is number 44, Andy Thurman, his first full year on the Late Model Sportsman Tour. Hang on now, folks. Outside of Andy Thurman, we didn't line them up numerically. They just fell that way.
Right.
Is number 45. 2 weeks ago, won the National Short Track Championship. First time in 11 years. Tasted asphalt, literally. I'll tell you about that later. Rich Bickle Jr., he's won Big Tens out here previously. He is the National Short Track Champion. In row 6, another strong driver from South Carolina, number 2, Robert Powell from Summerville, South Carolina. Outside of him will be number 27, popular driver Mike Thomas from Dalton, Georgia. Moving to row 7, another local favorite, Robert Hamke, always a strong car, driven by Robbie Faggart. First time outside of him from Kannapolis, Johnny Purser. First time for him in a Big Ten race, he's been close. Row 8, number 5, Wesley Mills from Concord. Wesley's been running sportsman races, as has Faggart this week. Outside of him is a double-alt car, Mr. Tom Ustrick from Sanford. Row 9, up there fighting for the points lead again, back and forth with a July 4th win out here this year. Number 92 from Dowsman, Wisconsin is Conrad Morgan. Another strong contender all year you can't discount. From Hampton, South Carolina, number 95, Robert Elliott. Going to row 10, this number 50, look at that. We lined them up in numerical order again, Woody. I don't know how we keep doing that. Well, you know, I don't know. Anyway, I just wonder here, we got number 54 from Myrtle Beach, 2-time track champion from Myrtle Beach. Phil Elvis, and I got to check to see if he left tickets for Jerry Glanville.
Right.
I
So
don't
Elvis
know.
is here at the Concord Motor Speedway tonight.
And so we've got number 55, Hank Jarman. He's run strong. He's from Kinston. He'll be ready to go. Row 11, number 84, first-time driver here from Rome, Georgia, 84, new car, Kevin Evans. Also, too, we're happy to see back outside of row 11, number 16, favorite here, Hal Goodson from Darlington. Hal and Robert Powell have been locking horns in Myrtle Beach last couple weeks. Hal spent a couple nights in the hospital. This could get nasty. I'm just going to warn you right now.
Okay.
Row 12. Skip Pope, good qualifying run in the heat race. Skip's had some hard racing luck this year. Managed to get in a good heat race run last night. Skip Pope from Salisbury. What we got to do, I understand, is Larry Zent, who won a ton of races, if you can measure races by the ton, down in Volusia County back during Speed Week back in February. Coy Bays from Fast Track just told me. Larry Zent, who travels, he's won 25 out of 28 races. Also on the Outlaw Tour this year. Larry blew a motor sometime in practice last night. He come out here tonight and never did unpack his car. Now I'm going to look down the field here and see. We had 35 cars come out here last night, locked in 6, took top 6 out of the next 3 qualifying races. Then we were going to have a consolation race, and Henry Furr, our owner-operator, said, hey, what the heck, just throw them in the field. So what I'm doing here up top with the help of the binoculars is I'm looking down the field, and I see after Mr. Jarman on the inside row, I can't see a number right here.
I see the number 7 car driven by Mike Garvey, and he won the event last time we were here.
Yeah.
There's also, I see the number 98 car being driven by Jody Ridley. You got guys like Jody Ridley and Mike Garvey who are unable to make the field. You know you've got a tough race ahead. There it is. Freddie Query jumps out in front of Tim Gordon right away to take the lead. And Willie, you called it. He wants one.
Well, Freddie's going to get him a little bonus points here for leading the lap here, Woody. And I know he wants this one awfully bad.
Lots of cars, 32 cars running in this event, and there will likely be some pileups as they jostle for position, but Freddie Query opens up a 2-car length, 4-car length lead now over Tim Gordon, and in 3rd place is the 15 machine driven by Jeff Purvis, who you'll see in the Winston Cup schedule, at least on a limited basis next year. In 4th place, the 81 car being driven by Brian Mackey, and in 5th, Butch Miller, the guy who everybody said, what is that guy doing here?
Yeah, he's certifiable legend in short track racing, Woody.
Robbie Faggart gets a little loose coming out of turn 4 on the outside. He was trying to make a move. He and Wesley Mills are side by side now. There you see the last of the field taking the stripe. There's your leader, Freddie Query. He comes into turn 3, into turn 4, and out of turn 4. When he takes the stripe, 4 laps will be in the book. Only 196 more to go.
I tell you, Woody, it's going to get awful hot down there. Everything too, in spite of this cool weather, because these guys are going after about $7 grand in that top slot, and you go down here and spend the money that they do with these cars to run, you don't want to go home empty-handed.
The field's starting to space out a little bit now. There you see perhaps the best battle on the track. Tim Gordon, your pole sitter, is trying to hold off Butch Miller in that number 62 car, and Butch Miller has gotten his nose down under him, and that low groove is the one you want. Butch Miller trying to get that 3rd spot. It looks like he's got it by a nose down the backstretch, and by even more than that as he goes into turn 3, into turn 4, and out of turn 4.